Today I'm going to show you how I make my bread rolls. They are very easy. I'm someone that doesn't like stress, so this is one of the easiest bread roll recipes you will ever find. You probably have all the ingredients at home, but I will be listing the ingredients in the description box, so please check it out. If you're interested in seeing how I make these bread rolls, keep watching. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe for more recipes because more are coming. Just look at how soft and fluffy that bread is. Once I added butter, I was gone. It was so good. So if you're interested, keep watching. My name is MC. Welcome to my kitchen. First of all, I'm going to add some warm milk in a bowl. You need the bowl to be large enough. I'm adding some instant yeast. I'm going to add some sugar because yeast loves sugar, so you need to give it something to eat. And then I'm just going to mix everything together. Next, I'm going to add egg to this mixture. I'm just whisking it a bit and then putting it in the mixture, and I'll mix everything together. The next step is to add flour to a sieve, and I always like to sieve my flour because you don't want any lumps in your bread and you want to get rid of any, let's say, impediments, like just something random in your flour. So now that I've sieved it, I'm just mixing everything together. You need a strong spatula for this, because this spatula is going to do the work of mixing everything. If you have a stand mixer, you can use it, but I don't right now, so I'm using my hands. For those of us who don't like kneading bread, or maybe you don't know how to knead bread, this is our method of making bread. So you're just going to keep mixing, and now we're going to add some butter. Like I said, all the ingredients and measurements will be in the description box. Check it out. This next step is optional. You can choose not to do it, or if you like, do it. I've just added some garlic powder and I'm adding some dried parsley to this mix, and I'm also going to add some salt. It's just to give it a different taste, and it was lovely. So just mix everything together with the butter till you get a nice consistency. I mix it till I can see that it no longer sticks to the sides of the bowl. As you can see, it's coming off. That way I know it's ready, and I'll just roll it around into a ball and cover it with cling film. You don't have to keep it in a special place for this time. I just keep it on the kitchen counter. Once I cover with cling film, I set it aside for about 2 hours, about an hour 45 minutes, let's say. And then by the time I come back, it has doubled in size, and this is what you want. Now I'm just going to sprinkle some flour on my chopping board or on the surface that you're using. Sprinkle some flour so that when you put the dough, it is not sticking to that surface. We're going to cut this dough into little pieces. While I'm at the second stage of the bread, of making the bread, I usually turn on my oven to preheat it. Check the description box, you will find the right temperature with which we are baking this bread for. But for now, let's make the dough. It's easier to cut the dough by cutting it into half first and then going bit by bit. But for me, I didn't get it perfectly. I always do not get it perfectly. This also affects the shape of your dough finally. So if some are bigger and some are smaller, by the time your dough bakes, it's going to reflect that they are different sizes. So as much as possible, try and make it even. Now I'll just take piece by piece and then fold it into itself, roll it with my hand so that it's as smooth as possible, and then transfer to a baking tray. Now that I'm done rolling it and putting it on the baking tray, I try to arrange it as neatly as possible. You're going to cover it again. I'm using a cling film and allow it to proof for the second time. For the second proofing, it's going to take about 20 minutes. So if you're making this bread, you have to be patient. If you want to make it for breakfast, you can make it ahead, or you can just wake up early and make it. After 5 minutes, you can see that the dough has doubled in size. So at this point, I'm going to open it up and then brush it with some egg wash. Egg wash is just basically egg that you've whisked. Sometimes you can add water so that it's not so thick, but I didn't add water to mine. I just whisked an egg. And with a brush, I'm just rubbing the egg wash all over the dough. Doing this step is going to make your dough and your bread look shiny and glossy and beautiful. The skin is going to be popping. After putting the egg wash, I'm going to transfer the bread to the oven and bake it at 180 degrees for about 20 minutes. And this is what it looks like when we're done. As you can see, some of the sizes are not even, but it is so delicious. It will be even more delicious if you use fresh parsley and fresh garlic, because the flavors will be so intense. But this was fantastic all the same. As you can see, this recipe is so easy. Anybody can make it. You don't have to knead the bread. This is just a lazy person's guide to making dinner rolls. You can have them for breakfast anytime. I had mine with butter when it was hot, and then later on in the day I had it with beans. It was so good. Don't forget to click the like button on this video. It helps me out. And also leave a comment for me. Let me know what you think about the recipe. And if you try it, tag me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, even YouTube. I would love to see it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.